The explosions during the occupied Dzhankoi seriously affected the logistics of the occupier, the Speaker of OK. Yug said in an interview today on March 31. Natalia Gumenok at the same time she added, as for the occupiers, there are still some stocks of calibers in Crimea. The occupiers actively used the railway in Crimea to transfer caliber cruise missiles to the peninsula. Gumenyuk said live on the national telethon on March 20. Drones attacked the railway junction in Dzhankoi, striking 4 different objects, 3 of which are connected to the railway repair work there. They continue to this day, which means that the destruction was very serious by rail. The occupiers supplied military equipment and ammunition to the peninsula and Donbass. Now they have to actively exploit the land route, the highway on which there are big traffic jams every day. This factor also plays into the hands of the occupiers as they do not receive ammunition and reinforcements on time. While Gumenyuk said that today there are 10 Russian warships and 1 submarine in the Black Sea at once. This suggests that there is still some kind of enemy missile reserve, also that the enemies tried to force cruise missiles into the Crimea through the air with the help of aviation. However, there is no information in the OPU regarding the success or failure of this venture after the drone attack on Dzhankoi. Representative of the General Staff of the Russian Federation Sergei Baranov said that the railway incident allegedly will not affect logistics. Friends, what do you think about this? Write in the comments under this video, and also recall why kamikaze boats have not yet been sent after Moscow by other rashist ships and what effect this weapon actually has. Analysts told the publication a few days ago, it was on March 22, that our kamikaze boats attacked the ships once again. The Black Sea Fleet of the Russian Federation at the time. In the occupied Sevastopol video in open access, I showed that at least 3 of our drones were involved in the attack, one of which was destroyed by the invaders near the bonus barrier, but the other 2 were able to jump over the booms. So the Russians had to shoot these surface kamikazes already at the stop with a machine gun to prevent the breakthrough of the Bavovna to the Russian ships, as happened 6 months after the previous one, which took place on the 29th of October 2022, and it seems that this interval was primarily associated with the season of winter storms, especially critical for small-sized watercraft. Satellite images from the 23rd of March. I point out that apparently there was no damage after a new raid of our kamikaze quotes. But it seems that the real effect of the attack is completely different. Let's start with the fact that the interval of 6 months between 2 attacks served in particular to improve the design of our kamikaze boats. The size of marine drones decreased, all the extra elements and sensors were removed inside the hull, and this it provided not only better stealth but also higher maneuverability. In any case, it was perhaps the first episode in the history of naval art when the boat literally jumped the barrier to reduce the overall dimensions of the designer of surface kamikazes had to sacrifice the mass of the warhead and resistance to external damage, because to knock out a speedboat from a machine gun is also specific. But it looks like all the nuances with remote control has finally been solved now. The stability of Starlink is in the interests of OPU on the manageability of our quotes case has no effect now in any way, especially since there were reports in the Western media that the Ukrainian military had found an alternative satellite communication channel because Starlink simply stopped working on any Ukrainian naval drones apparently. The kamikaze boats are still at the experimental stage of their development when launching mass production, so any raid on the Black Sea Fleet in times of the occupied Crimea can be considered primarily tests of the product directly in combat conditions. But such tests have an impact on naval art as a whole, because Western analysts are once again thinking that kamikaze boats are a revolution of warfare at sea. If we continue to think in this way, we have such a picture. On the one hand, a kamikaze boat is not yet a weapon that can physically sink an enemy ship, but on the other hand, the use of American quotes even in the test format creates additional problems for the Russian armies. So after the explosions on March 22, the Russian occupiers found themselves in a dilemma to keep the ships permanently parked as dangerous because the Ukrainian kamikaze boats can get them there sooner or later, but on the other hand, it is also dangerous to take ships to the open sea because a meeting with Ukrainian kamikaze drones there will bring even more problems. So the enemy has been choosing the middle option for the last few days to maneuver aimlessly off the coast. Friends, what do you think about this? Write in the comments under this video. Friends, that's all. Thanks. Don't forget to like this video to the end. Click on the bell and share this video with your friends so that as many people as possible can see it.